The ghost lying to me, spooky ghosts.
This has got to be the most foul one we've read ever.
Oh, God. I feel a little faint. I'll be honest.
We all need to go to confession after this.
All right. Dad, I am so sorry. When he was, I just want to pause and point out that, like, I apologized to my mom earlier because this is, like, one of her favorite movies. And I don't think this Christmas I'm going to be able to watch this with her and not think of this.
That's what happens. That's what happens. I can't watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer anymore.
Happy holidays from your Nerd Rage Renegades.
That's right.
We're going to destroy your childhood.
Holiday memories for everyone.
Kill the turkey.
We're going to destroy your childhood in 5,000 words or less.
Darn right.
Sorry. When he was finally spent, she used her hands to wipe the cooling mess from around her eyes and saw with pride that his sheath was changing color in sequence with the rest of his great, strong body. Dorothy stood, only then noticing the ache in her calves from squatting. That's what you get for not fucking stretching. And rubbed her fingers lazily into her 21-year-old pussy.
Yep.
She wondered what Auntie Em or Uncle Henry or mean old Miss Gulch would say to her near naked, dripping with horse cum.
I'll get you, my pretty!
And that big horse cock, too.
Oh, wait. Oh, man, I got this big paragraph. This one is huge. Oh, what am I going to get?
You're getting the cleanup. You're getting your cleanup crew. You're bad in cleanup here.
This is Christmas morning. Don't ask what's under the Renegades tree. He was cured. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
Her magic worked on him.
She ought to ignore her new idea, but she couldn't. This was the land of Oz, and things worked differently to Kansas. At the very least, she had an idea that the power of the ruby slippers would protect her. Dorothy walked with a series of wet splats and bent over the hay rack. Her pale 21-year-old ass presented to... Oh, my God, no! No!
No! Oh, my goodness!
No! Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. She heard his movement, the rearing, and then that great flat cock finding the spot between her thighs.
Dicks flat?
I
don't know.
I don't look at horse cock. Okay.
I'll let you
Somebody knows.
Okay.
Whoever JD, I believe, wrote this. They know a lot about horse dick, apparently.
All right. I must channel Laurence Olivier for this. Channel Laurence Olivier. Great actor. And then, the great flat cock finding the spot between her thighs, rubbing against her 21-year-old clitoris. Dorothy groaned wantonly and pushed backwards. Though she had never so much as kissed a 21-year-old boy like she is 21, she felt herself opening wet as a winter storm as he pushed in her with near human skill.
Is that a thing? You ever heard that phrase before?
No.
What is it, winter storm? I'm going to start using that.
He was on her like...
as a winter storm.
Dude.
Wow.
I'm putting Nerd Rage Renegade. I'm going to Twitter that real quick.
Oh, my Christ.
Wow.
Maybe he was on her like white on rice and a paper plate in a snowstorm.
I'll tag you.
Maybe. Dorothy's passionate scream as she was taken scared birds and went unheard by anyone else but them damn birds. Some freaking birds. His breathing sounded like a train pulling out as he towered above the squealing girl and thrust his sticky, so-hot cock into her tight, slick 21-year-old sex. Whether by the magic of Oz or the slipper, Dorothy stretched without tearing and knew only mind-blowing satisfaction.
Slippers can be like Plastic Man.
As the horse fucked her with strokes that bounced her off the clean wood while sweat and horse spunk dripped into straw.
Good God, this is messy.
Her climax was near instant, continuous, and she screamed wordless passion as the horse of a different color screwed her like a mare in the long minutes before his second peak.
My God!
His climax was a fire in her belly that would burn for life.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, is it my turn yet?
You get the final.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
I can't wait.
I got the vapus.
All right. She collapsed, panting and shaking, until she could pet and thank him. Thanks, horse.
Good, now get out of my stable. Here's some change for the cab ride.
Get out of here. Hit the road. Dorothy washed herself off with the stable tap afterwards, dressed and left. The smell lingered.
Ew.
Oh, Lord.
Finish us out, Chief. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go through. Soon after her return to Kansas, Dorothy walked to the nearby stables. The stallion there cocked his head as she spoke. And you were there. I loved it. It's my favorite one so far.
Oh my God.
So the count is this. Not only did Adam get a money shot, I got a money shot because the horse was a double explosion. And apparently the ruby slippers can make you like Plastic Man, and you could just stretch.
Reed Richards style.
All things considered, this wasn't that poorly written.
Couple grammatical errors, but not bad. I would have given her a solid B- on this, or him.
There were some pretty good turns of phrase in there.
I loved it. It was my favorite so far.
I like that the person writing this obviously had a thesaurus and was using their good words.
They knew a lot about horse dick, man. I was impressed with the knowledge.
So I guess like we've never talked about this with anybody on the show, but I guess from my looking up, they actually sell female toys that look like a horse's dick.
Really?
Dude, they sell almost every fantasy beast possible dildos.
I know they have dragon ones, and those things look like something out of my nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
A while back, they had like the Hulk one going around, like the big green one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can we get one that looks like Tim Curry's head in Legend?
They're Pennywise dildo.
Oh, no.
They all float.
No.
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 My question is this, though. Why would she give a flying fuck what Miss Gulch thought about her naked?
Three-way.
She's a wacky. That was a wacky version of Dorothy, man. That was just weird. But hey, I quite enjoyed it. Like Adam said, it was well written. They did their research.
They kept it short.
Yeah.
It was incredibly filthy, just the way I like it, and it was
vivid imagery.
Yeah, it painted a picture in my mind as I was reading.
Yeah,
I'll never forget it. I hope none of you forget it either.
Wet as a winter storm. I love it.
That's a hashtag. Hashtag wet as a winter storm for you, Spin. I sent it to you.
Maud, I hope you're doing okay, Maud. I know you're listening. I hope you're doing all right.
My God.
I hope you didn't faint. I hope
Maud loves this. We put this on Facebook, and Maud was the first person to say, I cannot wait until this comes out. So, hi, Maud. Hope you didn't like Wizard of Oz too much.
And then there's Maud.
And go to her Etsy shop, for the love of Christ.
Oh, yes.
Go check out her stuff.
Maud.
Yes.
Maud.
So that was by J.D.
Yeah. Brilliant, J.D. Loved it. I looked for more J.D. stuff. I only found the one, but they do have a page there. If you click on J.D.'s name, it will take you to a little bit about J.D.
His bio reads, yes, I'm fucked in the head. Well, obviously.
Clearly.
Yes, one story with 65,000 plus hits.
Wow.
All right.
So very, very good, JD. Once again, though, this is kind of like when I was reading, when we did the Billy and Mandy, like our very first one we did was just like you and me, and we read the Billy and Mandy one, and you were like, I don't know if we should be reading this. I'm like, no, it states in the story they're like over the age of 18 in the store.
Well, he does have a code note, JD here. I'm not so sure. I don't know what kind of guy JD is, but the code note says minor for me means 16 to 17. I won't write any younger characters.
Please don't. Please.
Yeah.
Please avoid that, JD.
Yeah.
The 16 was bad enough. We had to change that ourselves. So,
we changed that.
but everything else was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
JD's on a watch list somewhere.
I bet JD's on a couple of lists somewhere.
That's why we live on an island.
I want to see his Reddit history. That's what I want.
I want to see his
Like,
Tumblr.
Yes.
No, he's not on Reddit. He's on 4chan. He's got to be on 4chan.
Oh, he lurks Reddit. You know he does.
Oh God, he's on that dark web.
Let's not judge the man too harshly. I mean, he does have a command of language.
All right, everybody. For our final story tonight, we took a vote while we were off mic, and since I have been kind of going through Netflix of late, looking for something to watch until the CW shows come back, I've gone back and started just kind of like plowing through all of the old Power Ranger seasons. So everyone was like, oh God, Power Rangers. We should do the Power Rangers. And we have found a Ranger's Tale. It's by The Ogre. And it is called Pink in Peril.
With a name like The Ogre, I'm sure it's very sensitive to women.
Probably.
Nerds.
Ever had sex?
Yeah. So I'll start off here with the first paragraph.
Sounds great.
It was a long day of practice for Kimberly, the Pink Power Ranger. The state finals for gymnastics were only a week away, and she's been training basically nonstop after school every day for many hours. Every muscle in her body was sore and stiff, but she felt good about her chances to place or even get gold. But tonight, she got out a little later than she had planned, and the sky was shimmering in that brilliant flux between daylight and the blanket of night. Oh, a little worried, but not too bad. Her mother was going to be pissed if she got home too late, so a shortcut was in order. That's usually always the first mistake.
Yeah, there you go. You've already screwed up. What's her name? Kimberly. You've already you took that dark shortcut. Is it my turn?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I never know when it's my turn. Okay. The path was through the Angel Grove Park, was really hard to see from anywhere, really.
Wow.
That's great.
Yikes.
What a rating. I should be on TV. Trees lined the edges so no one driving could really see in. And this time of day, well, there was really no one around. But it didn't really matter. She's taken this shortcut 1,000,001 times. It was quick and pretty safe. And if worst comes to worst, she could always just call the rest of the Rangers, goddammit, and they'd come and help her out, motherfucker. I got a little carried away. It was flowing too fast, and I couldn't stop. The going was pretty slow. She was still sore from practice, and some of the fences and the hedges she could usually jump over with ease. He had to take her time and walk around. But she was on the home stretch now, and she could even see the lights of her house when she heard it. That babbling drone that could only be one thing. Putties. Of all the luck. Should I keep going?
Nope. Ms. Amaris, you can read you can read a little bit because it's a lot of talking.
Just little short ones. All right.
She grumbles, but there was only no need to call the guys one. Her morpher was quickly pulled out, and her animal name called with determination. Pterodactyl! And in an instant, she stood there with bow in hand, her pink armor easily seen in the failing light of day. Time to be squished, putties!
Okay.
Keep going.
Read that last one, and then I'll go.
The clever stuff was always Zach's department anyway. She was just the pretty one.
Wow.
She was pretty.
Right?
Shitty thing to say.
She was pretty, though.
It's like you pull her string. Math is hard.
That Malibu Stacy doll.
Yes! In an instant, several blasts from her bow felled half the putties, sending their burnt remains to the ground. Under her helmet, she's smart. This was going to be easy. The other half of the putties fell just as quickly. Well, that was easy. Button.
She said, canting her each to one side as she looked upon the smoldering remains of